Hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm Mr. R. This is Mr. Echo, and please introduce yourselves.
I don't have a fancy name, but I'm Pranav Kafle.
I'm Anshu Mishra. Anshu, ANSH.
So in this podcast, we have a thing. We have a nickname for everybody because we all think we are all friends here. Would you like to give yourself a nickname, or you can give him one, or you can give
Each
him
other,
one,
yeah.
each other?
What do you call yourself?
We call each other Keto.
Keto 1, Keto 2.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's interchangeable. So
Doesn't matter.
yeah, we have some Ketos over here, and Keto means guy in Nepal. So today we're following up with the entrepreneurial sector, and our podcast is focused on that. And today we have a startup and a couple of members from the startup Safa Luga, right?
Yeah.
And why don't you just introduce your startup a little bit? We might say something.
Right, yeah, sure. So Safa Luga is an online laundry system. What we basically do, basic idea is that we have an application, we have a website where you can choose any clothes that you want to wash, and then we send our guys to your place.
Mhm.
We collect your clothes, we take it back to our plant, we wash it, dry it, fold it, iron it, and then we deliver it back to your place again without you doing anything but removing your dirty clothes, and then later on having a clean, smart iron clothes in your wardrobe.
That's pretty interesting. So, do you have like people signing up to do the washing, or do you employ your own people to do that?
We employ our own people, of course, but we do have washing machines which they operate.
Okay, cool. So, how did this idea come up to be like?
He's the guy.
Okay, he's the guy.
Yeah.
So I was studying in Bangalore, Ramaya College.
Mhm.
I was doing my computer science engineering there, and there I saw this industry was blooming. Actually, people they don't like to wash their clothes, and this service was helping them. So that's why don't we implement it here? And Kathmandu is also a busy city, and I got in touch with him again after coming here, and we started.
So, as far as we know, but our audience doesn't know so far, you guys have been friends since your high school, right?
Yeah.
Grade 11 and 12.
Yeah.
You guys went to a really reputed school here in this valley. So why did you want to start with Kathmandu city in particular? You could have chosen another cities, but why Kathmandu in particular?
Because this solves a problem like if you are busy, then only you don't like to wash your clothes. You don't have time for that. You use it for greater productivity. And Kathmandu is in Nepal. Kathmandu is the best place where we get busy people who are tired of their lifestyle, and simply by touching the apps, they can improve their lifestyle.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I want to ask something off the cuff here, something easy, so that we can like have a little bit of fun around here. So, are you guys planning to watch Avengers Endgame this year?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
what are we gonna do now? Like that, the movie is not going to be released in Nepal.
I don't know, even Captain Marvel was not here, and I was freaking mad, man.
So, yeah, we did this petition
Yeah.
online. While we're talking about this, we talked about
I
this.
saw the petition. Is it in Reddit?
No, it was on Reddit.
Yeah, it was in Reddit.
Yeah, we're infamous on Reddit. We're not gonna say the subreddit name, but apparently everybody hates us, and we don't care.
I have seen your
Not
podcast.
me. He's the one.
You're the
who's-
one?
He's the
Do
one.
you have a podcast that you've been posting in Reddit?
Yeah, that's the one. No, okay, we're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Avengers thing.
The Avengers thing, let's do that.
And then
Let's not talk about this.
I'm going. Okay, we had to cut off some part. We know we don't cut off parts in this podcast, but we were about to divulge some very sacred information. Yes. So, what are you guys planning to do this year, with the Avengers? Are you gonna watch it?
Well, yeah. And also because the perk of living in a third world country is that I can pirate it.
Yeah,
I'll probably do that as well.
Yeah, but we want to watch it, and we can't. We don't want to watch it on the 80th day when
Right.
they have the shoddiest thing. All the spoilers are gonna be online,
Right, yeah.
and then all my
the
friends,
memes.
All the
Yeah,
memes. Oh
all of my
God.
friends are gonna like send me that exact clip of what's gonna happen, purposefully knowing that I am a fan of that movie. So we've started this petition online on change.org. Apparently, in the last 2 days or like a day, 145 people have signed it, and we haven't like marketed it all. So I want you guys to sign it too if you want the movie.
Yeah,
and then we tweet it, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. too. We know we're not gonna get a reply from them because they got like millions of followers. But if you can keep that like the petition going, somebody might see it and then they're gonna do that. Yeah, we're on Reddit too.
No,
Yeah.
There was this thing that happened. I think it was the first Fantastic Beast movie.
Okay.
And QFX did not think of releasing it here, but a group called Potterhead Nepal was so adamant about having that movie released here. They went to QFX, they talked to the manager, fucking everyone, and then finally they had to, because Potterheads are so serious. And there was no way they could, that slide with it and then go on and not release it. And then I got to watch it. There were like around 20 to 30 people.
Oh,
But then the theater was empty, but they released that just for the sake of it. And then later on, people started watching it.
the thing about it is we approached QFX, okay?
Right.
We're not promoting them because we emailed them for a sponsorship. Motherfuckers didn't reply us, whatever. yeah, we're calling you out. But they were nice enough to approach us. The guy over there in the main civil mall, he approached us. He was like, we can't say anything, but we give you the number of this head of operations. Head of operations
The
guy.
guy with the big muscle?
I don't know.
No? You just not met
him
him?
on the phone.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. And then we called him, we talked to him on the phone, and then he was really nice, and then he gave us the number of the guy from Apple Entertainment.
Inc.
And then we called that dude, and then he said he's willing to do a podcast with us and explain the situation, but he said what is already out there in the media, that it's the main distributor that's fucked up the whole process.
The Gopi Krishna guys, right?
Gopi Krishna
Like, they have some kind of problem with Marvel
Yeah.
entirely, and they're not getting any movies anymore. Like that's the situation at
that's
the
the
moment, right?
situation.
Like
Yeah.
no Marvel movies ever in Nepal.
Yeah, but
that's the situation. It's not just Endgame, okay?
Disney-
There's
no
Marvel
Disney
movie-
movies.
No Disney movie. It's Marvel.
Endgame for Marvel movies.
Endgame for Gopi Krishna. Gopi Krishna. Marvel don't give a shit about
But here's the nice part: Dark Phoenix and Spider-Man, like Away From Home, is going to be released in the theaters in Nepal because Sony owns Spider-Man,
Right.
and Fox owns whatchamacallit, Dark Phoenix and
And Gopi Krishna is okay with them.
Franchise.
Just not Marvel.
yeah, I mean,
It's not
that's
Gopi
like-
Krishna.
it's not go. We don't know.
I
Like,
think it's not Gopi Krishna. That's the distributor of Sony is the Apple Entertainment.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, but,
So basically, Gopi Krishna is the one who is fucking up everything.
Yes.
Holy shit.
yeah, but let's get back to the thing. Let's get back to the issue of the day, Safa Luga. We were supposed to talk about Safa Luga.
Generally.
Yeah, you guys are on Reddit, like the subreddit. We can't mention, right?
Yeah, we
You
can't
probably
mention- no, we
you
can't.
probably
No.
are like there, and then you see our post, right?
Of course, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't generally see your post because the one we talked about sends me your videos, and I'm like
The moderator.
Yeah, the moderator. And the moderator is my friend. But yeah.
Yeah.
And,
we-
and
we
then I
remember-
watch yours, and I saw this. This is a shady room with just a cloth on tablecloth.
Yeah.
Freaking. I mean, really? These are the guys that we're going to work with, and then now that I've met you here, you guys are pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, we're chill, but like
Yeah.
we don't really care if other people want to see the whole product, but we do. Like when we started with like a webcam, that webcam right over there. You see that? And then we started with like the microphone on your laptop. Now, why we wanted to do that is to inspire everyone that you can start anything.
Yeah.
Even if you have 0 rupees in your pocket, right? It doesn't take a lot if you really have skill, and then you can improve on that skill and go away.
Right,
And that thing is lacking in Nepal's startup community. And transitioning from what we were talking about earlier with startup behavior in Nepal. Now you guys have successful, and you guys have secured some sort of a funding. I'm not going to go to the specifics of that, but why do you think that others fail and you guys succeeded in securing funding with your startup?
Right. Well, I think the first thing that really matters in any startup is not the idea, not the scalability. The only thing that matters is how much you believe in your idea, and then what length are you willing to go to materialize that idea. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? And then when we pitched in front of the investors, they knew that we were burning with energy. They knew that they could see that spark in our eyes. And I told them that there is no way that this thing is going to be a failure. And I'm going to promise you that, but you need to back us up. And when I said that, and they talked to me for an hour or two for more than, a couple of weeks. They used to invite us for meetings. They used to ask us complicated questions about how and where and the entire nitty-gritty of the entire processes. And then later on we told them that we gave them every single answer they wanted to know, and then they were super excited, they were super happy with everything. They liked us, they liked the individuals, and they also told us entrepreneurship is not about the idea, not about the company, not about the business, it's about the people. I mean, for example, Tesla is just an electric car, or is that a new idea? No, but because it's Elon Musk's idea, it's one of the best electric cars out there. I mean, traditional sports cars are being crushed by Tesla cars.
Yeah, Roadster. Yeah,
So,
that's pretty cool.
I mean, the idea is what kind of person are you, and what kind of stake do you take while pursuing anything? What kind of sacrifices are you willing to make? So that's something that really appealed to the investors, and that's how we secured the funding that would require a company to be registered as a public limited company in Nepal.
No, that's a really big feat for any of you who wants to start a startup. Reaching the point where you're a publicly traded company.
We're not publicly traded yet, but we can
Yeah.
because of the capital that we have.
Sorry, slip of the mouth.
No, yeah.
I don't know anything about this,
Right.
complicated startup which has secured funding and which has been successful, at least in the Nepalese biosphere. Not discounting any of your hard work, and you need to understand, if you want to start a startup, you got to sacrifice so many things. And talking about sacrifices, I want to ask you, how much were you willing to sacrifice in terms of the stake in your company when you were negotiating with investors? We want to know about
We
that.
have a similar story, but maybe Anshu can explain about the problems that he had to face at home first of all when we wanted to pursue this idea.
Oh, that's a good.
Actually, in Bangalore, I got placed in a multi-billion-dollar company, Infosys Limited, public limited company.
Yeah.
The pay must have been really well too.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It was very good. Facilities very good. Everything was good there. They did not want me to come here because they were able to tell other people that my son is in Bangalore and he's really doing very good there. He's a hero out there in Bangalore. And
He's a gangster.
he's a gangster. He's an Infosys gangster.
I got money first.
He's fucking people in Bangalore.
Fucking people. Fucking up people, man.
Yeah, he's fucking up.
Yeah.
Give me my money, son. Infosys, give me my money.
But then some change was inside me. I really wanted to come back to Nepal because I was crazy enough to sacrifice all my career and just because I had a dream inside me. That's why I came here. Then again, my parents
We're pissed off.
they were pissed off. Now they are fucking me.
What the fuck? This is the ability you need to have. You need to understand that you need to be successful and laugh at yourself too, right?
And you can ask Pranav. I have the 2 assholes.
How does he know, man?
Because I told him, I didn't, so I just told him.
No homo.
Because
But wait, before you continue, do you really want us to air this? You're
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
We don't give a shit. Like, we don't care. Well, the idea
We
is
just
that
do shit, we don't give a shit.
he does it twice with 2 assholes. The idea is that he had to be operated because of some kind of tumor or something.
Yeah.
And then that's why I tease him that you got 2 assholes. He doesn't really have 2 assholes, but the idea is that he got some kind of hole there. He doesn't poop from there or anything. It just, you know.
This just went from 0 to 100.
But then what I say is, you know what? You've been fucked so much that you've got 2 assholes. He's been fucked up everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
So continue.
Sorry.
And then after having 2 assholes, I was
This is the
serious.
most viewed
I
segment.
was serious. That is the most serious thing that can happen to a person. That's why I was again serious about this startup. Then I went and joined Dear Walk,
Right.
the top IT company of Nepal.
Nepal.
Yeah. I worked there, and now managers are fucking me again.
Okay.
And then I thought that this is really not going good.
No, not that way. We're not sponsoring or saying anything about Dear Walk. You can sponsor us.
Yeah, no.
We're
He'll
sellouts here.
probably get you a sponsorship, but that's how good he has a relationship.
Oh, dude, like we
Yeah.
really want the money, man. We'll sell out.
Don't
We'll
worry
sell
about
out.
that.
Okay,
He's a pretty chill guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then we met.
Yeah, and then we met.
Yeah. Now let's hear his part till this point.
Right, so like I had no idea that Anshu came back from India because no, I mean I was like okay, like Anshu, we studied together in Basra and we used to talk every now and then, and he's doing well in India. He's fucking everyone.
Yeah.
Right. So. And then I'm here, you know what I'm doing? After I completed my bachelor's, I had to get a job because if you've completed a bachelor and you're a son in Nepal and you're not doing any job, then all you're doing is eroding your parents'
Fucking
money.
around, yeah.
Eating and sitting.
Eating and shitting.
Shitting.
With 2 assholes for you.
Thankfully, I had only one. but anyway, so I had to look for jobs, right? So first of all, I'm pretty good at writing stuff. Like I writing articles or any sort of thing. So what I did was I went to this. Let's not take the name of the company, but I went to that company and then started writing content for different websites. They were an IT company, and they made websites, and for those websites, I used to write a lot of articles and stuff like that. And later on, it was not a very good job because it was commission based, and then whenever they got the project, I'd get the money, but other than that, I would not.
It was up and down.
Up and down. It was not a continuous stream of money, and then my parents were pissed too. And then I had to find a stable job. So what I did was I started, filling up vacancies. I started applying for different jobs, and then finally I got a job in Tata Motors as a sales officer. I used to sell, school vans. And I used to go to schools and then talk to the principal, and there were so many problems. Like the guards were fucking me, right? Like the guards would be there, and I used to go there. I need to go and meet the principal, and he'd say, "Why?" Because I need to sell a van, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not interested. Bye bye." Well, I did not ask you, motherfucker. I want to talk to the principal. But the difference is, you are so freaking humiliated, right? I mean, you're trying to do something, and the fucking. I mean, no disrespect to any guard, but come on, I'm not trying to deal with you, right?
Yeah, but
There's no
be a guard if you're really good at it too.
No, be a guard, but then if I want to talk to someone senior, then at least give me an opportunity to. Let me go to the receptionist. Don't be an oversmart
Asshole.
person, asshole. Do your job, right? And then that would happen. I could not sell as many vans as the manager would.
Target, yeah.
And I could not even meet target. I think I met the target only in the first month. First month was really good because I was energized. You know what? I'm gonna go to every
Like
school.
that's the honeymoon period.
Yeah, visit
Honeymoon
30
period,
schools a day. I'm gonna sell vans, right? And I sold a couple
So
of.
okay, before we move on from that story,
Right.
I want to hear a story about you selling a van afterwards, like the worst story you've ever had, like
All right.
afterwards. Yeah, he knows. He knows. He's seen some shit. I've been from 2 holes.
2 holes.
2 holes.
Hey, are you okay with us selling a merch that says 2 holes and doing this?
Okay.
Okay, he's cool. He's the most chillest dude.
No, like we're.
And you go on.
No, right. So the story is, I went to this school. I'm not gonna say the name. I went to this school and I did not look at anything in the surrounding, which I should have. This becomes relevant later. I did not see anything. I just went to the principal straight. And then I go there, right? And then I tell him, I'm from Tata Motors. I'm here to sell vans. And he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then I start telling him, you know what? This is one of the most sold vans from Tata.
You're selling the shit out of that.
It is our flagship model, right? Flagship model. The security for the kids, it's extraordinary. You can even tell your parents that they are going to be super safe. You cannot go above more than 60 km/h, so the driver cannot risk the babies. Nothing's gonna happen. It's a diesel engine, so you know you've got good mileage.
And even Tata doesn't know that they have got this kind of product. Like this good.
Right.
Oh my god.
Tata is like, and then the dude's like listening to me, right? And then he's like, you know what? Come over here. I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, I thought like, you know what? I'm closing the deal today.
Yeah, this is my lucky day.
This is my lucky day. And then we go to the parking lot, and then he shows me an old van of the same kind. And then he tells, look at this van. I'm like, wow,
sure.
wow, you're such a loyal customer, right? Like,
He's still selling.
wow, that you already know the benefits of our van. And he's like, I bought this van, and after 4 months, I had to replace almost everything in the van. I've spent more than 1 lakh rupees, 100,000 rupees every month in this van. The driver is mad at me. The parents are mad at me. The students are mad at me. And you have the audacity to come here and sell me the same stupid van.
Oh my god, Tata Motors is never gonna sponsor.
And I'm like, you know what, sir? And I'm like, you know what, sir? So that's the old model. So we've got a new model now. That's better.
Yeah, you need to spend more money.
And the parking lot is full of leaked fucking, grease and engine oil is leaking all over the place. I don't know how. Like, I just need to get out of there. I mean, the sale's not happening. He's about to kill me. I'm getting murdered here. And then that was the day I thought, you know what? I'm not doing this. I got to do something. And then and luckily around those days, I called Anshu, I think. Yeah, and I called Anshu, and then he said, you know what? I'm also fed up with dear work. And then our story continues.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And then so are you the salesperson of this Safa Luga?
I'm the chief marketing officer.
Yeah, I knew it from the moment I heard that story.
And he's the chief technology officer.
So yeah, I understood that when you said Infosys and you got like a money, like a good job offer from that. It's a funny incident that like you guys get to like go from like a really comfortable place, not so comfortable for you, but him.
Yeah, good money though. Good money. Good money.
So you went from like a really high to a low point, and then you went to this like comfortable position, and then you decided to take the leap of faith, right?
Right.
So like at what point did you realize that like when you started this, I know there's going to be a lot of issues that are gonna come up with the startup, but what point did you realize that shit, this is actually gonna work? Like, what was like the one moment, like it could be separate for each of you, but that you realize that this is a moment, because he has a moment with this shit, like the way we're doing it. I know the moment he realized that when he hit the scooter. He's gonna talk about that. Remember the Sahana thing right after that. What about you?
See, the thing is, I don't plan anything, and I don't wait for such moments.
That's very risky for us.
That is risky, but that is the best possible way to keep something which is very new and which is very promising. If you are too much, if you want to be too much secure, too much calculated, then you can give calculated product. But if you are not doing any calculation, if you are not looking for security, if you are just willing to go, like he said, then you can deliver that kind of product.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment we met each other is the moment when I thought that this is going to be some serious hit for this
A national sensation is what
National
we like to call it.
So right now you're focused in Kathmandu, right?
Yeah.
Do you have like immediate plans to expand into other cities or
Branch out.
branch out? Or?
After some 6 to 7 months observing the statements,
Mhm.
we are going to expand to Pohar.
So
Yeah.
and what do you have to say to people like who are trying to now this is like this is rampant towards like especially in our country. I see in other countries too, but especially in our country, if somebody starts something, some XYZ idea, right, and somebody else has to do the exact XYZ idea and try to compete in the market, it's good. Like there's some competition, increases the awareness, like product awareness. The market share is not affected initially. You're trying to do that. Either or is going to overtake. Now, what do you have to say about that? Like if somebody, you've probably seen your competitors, right?
The idea is really cool. I read this really awesome book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
Mhm.
It's an extraordinary book. And what he says is, first of all, you need to have a why.
Mhm.
He calls it a golden circle.
Yes.
Like why, and then
How?
what,
Mhm.
sorry, how, and then what. Right? So, the idea is that if you don't know your why, then people are not going to buy your product. For example, Apple. Right? Apple sucks. Like the phone is, I mean, spec-wise, it's trash. Right? There are other phones which has better specs. One terabyte storage, fucking 12 GB of RAM.
Now they've got the foldable thing.
Foldable thing, everything, and Apple's still there, rocking the. Okay, now they got OLED, but before iPhone 10, they had LCD display, right? When everyone's OLED. Why is Apple a $1 trillion company then? Like when other companies are not. The idea is their why. The why of Apple is they sell convenience, they sell luxury. If you have an iPhone, you feel like you're a part of a luxurious group.
Yeah, like
Right?
the elite.
The elite.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. No one's gonna be like, you know what? Oh my god, you've got an iPhone. You've such a great spec phone. No, they're gonna be like, you're creative. You've got a Mac. You're creative, right? You're
He's got a Mac.
right. You're a creative dude. I mean, you are breaking the norm, breaking the stereotype. This and that. Windows is for professionals. iPhone, and this is for cool guys. That's how they marketed their product.
Yeah, and plus like the status symbol you get from like the
Exactly.
price, like you said, like the eliteness when you show an
Right.
iPhone, immediately the whole persona you, regardless of how you look like, if you own an iPhone, like they sort of
know.
look towards you differently.
It is such a hassle. I mean, to copy your music from your computer to your iPhone.
such a
It's
hassle.
oh my lord,
God, dude.
come on.
Dude, I had an old iPhone and I used to use it, but just because of the fact that it had FaceTime. No,
Right,
I'm not gonna lie. FaceTime is an iMessage. You can't beat that.
You cannot.
You can't.
You
beat
cannot
that.
be.
But
Especially in US, I guess.
yeah,
Especially in US. I mean, here probably not, but
yeah.
in US.
Oh, dude, you can't beat that. But then when I moved to Android and I'm just loading up songs, I'm like, that's it. I copy paste.
That's it. That's it.
That's it. I was like, hallelujah.
That's all.
You know?
It's a luxurious company, right? So the why of Apple is luxury. So what is our why? Like we have a why of Safa Luga. Our why is that we want people to have and live a convenient life. That is it. Save time. Saving time. Right? Save time. That's it. Safa Luga. Safa Luga, Luga dune tantai khalas. Remove the tanta. That means, the hassle. Right? We want to remove that. And because we really believe in that, we are only focused on giving the best product, the best quality, and we want people to be more productive while they save the time of washing clothes and ironing and doing all sorts of irritating jobs and chores in their house. And that's our why, and that's our USP as well, because we believe in that.
So I want to ask you something. This is just because you're a salesperson, you're a technical person. You know how like you understand the physical sense of that, and you understand that more. You understand in terms of numbers, right?
Yeah, he's a number guy.
So let's say in this garb, like a pant, a shirt, socks, maybe even. I'm not gonna give you my underwear to wash it. I gotta wash it myself. That's That's just my pet
We
peeve.
do it though.
They do it, man. People, everybody in like Pulchok hostel who's tired of washing their own clothes and doesn't have like a washing machine around them, just contact them. So how much would that cost me? Like a single garb, like 3-piece thing, like just 2 pieces.
That would be a kilo or 2.
Oh, it's on kilo.
Okay,
So okay.
yeah.
So how much does a kilo cost?
150 rupees.
150 rupees.
Yeah.
I sound like Pablo Escobar. Like how much does a kilo cost? Hey, Narcos fans right there. Now talking about like clothes, and I know you guys are in like this industry. How much does it impact you when you dress up in a certain way when you are in a startup? Like how much does your dress up matter when you're trying to impress someone or trying to portray a certain image? Now, I'm doing a little bit of a sponsorship thing for you guys here and pulling the plug. Just to make you sell you.
Pulling the plug.
Putting the plug. Whatever. Fuck. I'm not good at English.
She said pulling the plug.
Whatever. I'm not good at English.
I'm pulling your plug. Shit.
Yeah,
Putting
yeah.
our plug. Putting our plug.
I'm putting in the plug, mother. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Go on.
Right.
You guys understand the intention behind that?
Right. So how
Noble
much
intention.
does he likes to dress up well?
Yeah. No, actually, it matters to some extent, but you need to have that glow within you. That is more important than what you wear outside. So, but it is required. Some
It
20%,
accentuates the
20 to
thing.
25% is what you wear.
It accentuates the glow.
75%, yeah. Then it is like what that topping.
The cherry on the top.
Cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you something. Ask him. I'm always dressed in baggy pants and like a hoodie.
Always?
Always.
Not always.
Most of the time. Today, why I came dressed up today like this is because it's Safa Luga, and I wanted to put a really good impression with these guys.
Now you got 100%.
Yeah.
So like if you
No, it's like this, yeah. I mean, in the startup meets that we went to in a Nepal Entrepreneur Society,
Yeah, pulling the plug,
Right.
putting the plug,
Yeah.
pulling the plug, whatever.
we went to this place where we pitched the idea. We were dressed up super well, right? And that was also one of the reasons why the investor was,
Impressed.
no, not really impressed, but they noticed us,
notice, yeah.
right? But then there was this one investor whose name I'm not going to take. He's one of the popular guys in the country, and he came there in his trainers, right? Like he had this tracksuit thing. He was just running around. Like it looked like he just woke up from his bed, put on something that he used to jog, and then came to Annapurna Hotel. He was one of the investors, but why could he come there like that? Because he's a freaking investor, man. He's done everything he has to. He's a successful dude, so no one gives a shit. No one's gonna be like, you know what? He's not dressing well. Well, fuck you. You're there to ask his money.
Yeah, it's
Like, what you gonna do about
beggars
that?
can be choosers, right?
I know. But we first of all have to at least look decent. I'm not saying tip top all the time, not all the time sharp as hell, but look decent. So that whenever you go and try to talk to someone, they're not gonna be like, oh, why is he here trying to talk to me? No. Unless you already have another kind of personality which is not defined by your outlook.
Okay, unless you're Post Malone.
And you guys were pitching Safa Luga.
Right. And you can't
You
go
can't
there.
go to that.
Come on.
So now I want to ask you, this is such a selfish question. So at what point of views or subscribers when we get, are you gonna like sponsor us? Like give us a number. Well, you're the marketing officer right here. We're gonna pitch our thing here.
Right. So the idea is,
Give us a number.
like
Give
how
us
many
a-
subscribers? What was the question?
How many subscribers or how many views per like video do we have to get when you said like give us a like
When
attainable
we'll give them
like sponsorship because that's the
then
point.
for that we need to know the number that you want first of all. I mean, the sponsor. What is it? Is it 100 rupees? Is it 1,000?
Okay.
What is it?
We'll work
What
those
do you
kinks
want?
out, but like you need to like why I want to ask that question is because like how that is transitioning into something else. That's just a question because we're very selfish and we'll sell out to anybody except for like the like Monsanto. We don't want to deal with people who want to destroy the environment. We want to live in this earth. You know, we're very eco-friendly.
So are we.
Yeah. So we'll negotiate afterwards.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Now I want to ask you, what's your advertisement or marketing strategy, particular to marketing your product out there?
We are a platform-based service. Not just platform. Now we have an in-house plant as well. So well, before we used to be a platform-based, but still, platform is platform. The idea is that we are making it convenient for people to wash clothes. How does that happen? By a lot of different outlets. For example, we have an application, but who are the target for those applications? Youths who are on their mobile phones all the time. But who washes clothes a lot? Mothers, right? I'm not trying to generalize here or be a misogynist, but the idea is most houseworking women are busy on Viber, Facebook, and the basic social media apps, and outside that bubble, they don't know much about the services out there. We cannot invest to educate them how to use our app. So what do? We need a phone call service. And then we also need an SMS service. And then we need an outlet service because people don't like using technology maybe or are not comfortable doing that. So you just go to maybe a tailor shop.
Nearby place.
Right, a nearby place, and then just give your clothes over there. Right, but then we cannot have plants everywhere. So what we do is we
pick it up.
We put an outlet, what do we call collection point somewhere in all sorts of places, so people can just go there and then put it over there. They don't need to use any sort of technology over there. So we have a different varieties of ways that people can approach us so that we can wash their clothes for them and deliver it back to their place, right? So for that we have different marketing strategies for different ways. For example, if it's application, then we go to Facebook. And other social media, Google Ads maybe, right? Then people download app and then you use it. Mobile phone, how do we do that? SMS. We buy data. We cannot tell the sources, but we buy data of people who would like to use the service from different data providers, and then we text them, phone marketing, SMS marketing, and then for executives, high-level executives, we email them, right? Students, we email them. And then we also give pamphlets out there for those who are technologically illiterate.
Okay, I have a question. Now this might sound like I'm totally up for whatever you guys are doing. Now now I see the need for this starts because people do not have time to do their own laundry, and people do not have washing machine around their houses, right? Now Nepal is in such a tipping point in terms of economics, is that our per capita income is not that high, but it's projected that we're going to reach a certain per capita income in the next 10 or 20 years. How is your investment, or how's your product marketing, or how is your startup going to survive once that group of people, when they start earning money, they buy their own washing machines and all of that? How are you planning to address to that? Now I'm asking this question not to get you in a gotcha moment, because it's going to be a teaching moment for everybody out there how they're going to evolve their own startup. Would you like to share some views on that? You're the tech ops.
Yeah. We have the analysis done for the washing machines. For washing machines that you use in your home and for our commercial washing machines. Obviously the cost of keeping maids and washing your clothes at your home is really high than
our services.
Yeah, your services.
Yeah. So we are going to educate people for that when it comes to fighting this challenge. And also we are having a machine which is technically so advanced that you'll feel it when you wear the clothes that has been washed from Safa Luga.
That's really interesting. That's my perspective. Whenever I ask a question, it's not to agitate someone or get you in a gotcha moment.
We are entrepreneurs. We've been asked this question, more complex questions than these, by the investors.
Yeah, I understand. It's very interesting for you guys to be so chill about this, because when I've approached other people, other entrepreneurs, they've taken it personally when they ask that. And so I need to understand the psyche of the person to ask that question.
There are 10 reasons why Safa Luga is better and why Safa Luga is important at this. You said because they cannot buy washing machines at the moment, and because they're busy. These are the only 2 ones. We have like other 8.
Can you like go through and
But
hammer through some
do I
of them?
remember? Because we
let's
pitched
try
it-
it.
let's try it. Okay, so pollution, air pollution is so bad in Kathmandu that if you dry your clothes in the terrace, then it becomes dirtier than it was before you even
You
washed.
actually dirty your clothes. You do not dry your clothes.
That's one reason. Another reason is that Kathmandu is so poorly urbanized that people are living in the same apartment, like in 10 rooms. That means there is one terrace, but 10 different families with 10 different clothes to wash and dry. So lack of drying lines, right? You don't have enough drying lines to dry your clothes. And then lack of water. I mean, we live in Kathmandu. We don't have to talk more about water. Melamji is nowhere to be seen, right? So no water. And then detergents. Detergents are super expensive.
Yeah,
like
cost
these days,
is very high.
detergents are expensive. You know, like 1 kilo costs around 300 rupees or something like that. And then, if you want washing machines, they're not cheap. Washing machines are expensive. And even if you can afford a washing machine, then you don't have place to keep it because you're crammed because of disorganized urbanization, right? That's there. What else? Maids are
Maids,
expensive,
yeah.
and maids are expensive, and they're unreliable too.
Unreliable.
Yeah, and then did you ask them like the other side of it, being a maid in itself? The treatment that maids get in our country is like the disrespect of labor in itself is bad. And I understand that when like the people who are actually employed in your plants are more versed in this whole idea, and they're getting like a respectable job out of this. So
And
you
we actually-
you solve 2 problems at once with one solution. Do you guys have anything else to ask to us? Because we've got so many other questions, but we do want to do another podcast with you, like in a month or 2.
Cool.
You guys are ready? Like after a month, you got something.
Totally cool. What's happening is actually after a month, something grand is happening.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, we at the beginning of the startup, we just had a prototype service, right? And what we did was we outsourced the clothes to a local laundry. We only had the platform, and when we showed that prototype to people and showed how much revenue that we could generate and how many customers that we could grab, and because of that, now they're interested to invest in our own in-house laundry plant, which is spaced in 2 ropanis of land. I don't know what that is in American units.
Dude, I understand what 2 ropen is, man.
No,
I have my
but
own-
for the viewers.
Come
on, man.
Yeah.
2 ropanis, I don't know. You have to calculate that and put it in the subtitle.
You can just do that now.
Do you want to?
This guy is like
Do you know the
mathematics dude.
No,
meter square.
I don't know the.
It's a big amount of land, like basically. It's a huge.
It's huge.
It's for a giant laundromat. Just understand that.
Okay.
Right, sure.
Yes.
It's cool. This guy. Yeah.
People who watch this are probably like smarter than us, right?
So, no shit.
That's how you get more audience.
No.
You do not insult them.
If people are watching us, well,
What are they doing?
They're not smart.
They are smart.
They are smart.
What are you trying to insult?
they're trying to judge us. You know?
They're
there to figure out what's up in Nepal.
Yeah, and then the fact that
That's what's happening.
the guys who can talk about 2 assholes and simultaneously solve like a huge problem in Nepal, that takes a lot of character and understanding. So you guys, are we done today? Or are we gonna meet you again after a month?
Sure. I mean, we don't want to lengthen the show or anything.
Yeah. No, it's not the length of the show because we have to. We got to talk something about like the other thing I mentioned earlier, the negotiation.
Right.
That's gonna last for an hour.
This guy
I'm a
is
shark.
selfish as hell.
Yeah, I'm selfish as hell. But
We're not arrogant
Your
though.
face looks like.
I figured that.
I look like a selfish guy from my face. You're a facist, man.
Yeah, but I'm a fascist. I'm a fascist.
That's the end of the show. Go turn off the camera.
We're not into scat fetish.
Yeah, he
or
is.
anything.
He is. He's got 2 assholes.